Hi peeps. So this was a video that I just thought I'd do. It's my top 5 mildly obscure PS1 games. So number 5, what should we start with? CF Special Forces. This was a game I got in a massive bundle from eBay. Like, it was a really good deal. It was about 2 years ago. I did make a video about it on the channel, but this was a game that was in the bundle. I'd never seen it before, and I looked it up, and it was very similar to Metal Slug, so I took my eye and I kept it. But I've seen it on other systems since. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw this on PS2, but it's an unusual game for me. Like, I'd never heard of it before, and it's such a cool little game. It's similar to Metal Slug, but with some subtle differences. The Metal Slug art is very sort of, I don't know, stylish, I guess. And like, this is a little bit more real, but it's still cartoony. But it's sick. Like, me and a friend played like a co-op game on this, and I don't think we quite managed to finish the level. Or maybe we did one level, but we got to a certain bit and then we just died. And that was it. But it was actually really good fun. So I could definitely recommend that. And a funny little fact about this game, unless this has been tampered with, it's definitely got like the smallest manual, because it's literally just got like a few pages and that's it. So I don't know. It doesn't look like it's been tampered with. It looks fine, but it's just like, I mean, I guess if it was in more languages than just English, it might be a bit bigger. But yeah, it's pretty basic. The second game I'll go with Disruptor. So I think maybe I heard about this game and I passed it up, and it was only later down the line that I realized that it was like in the same style as what I would say Doom is in. So it's kind of like, your gun is in 2D and then the world is 3D. And I love those kinds of games because I really love kind of Doom and that kind of style of first-person shooter. So when I clocked this, it was on the list. And I think it was from Birmingham, and it was like 15 quid, which isn't a bad price. I haven't checked. I think it's like maybe a £30 game roughly. And it's a first-person shooter. It's obviously in the double box, which is always nice. Nothing in the back, but like, my copy's nice. The manual's in really good nick. And I just played these games, so I could obviously talk a little bit more about them. And like, this one actually plays really well. I think I'd heard that this was meant to be decent, so I guess there you go. But yeah, it plays pretty well. I mean, obviously the PS1 is not going to be the best system for first-person shooters, but there are a couple of good ones, and this one is decent. I don't know if this is on any other system. I would guess maybe even not. I don't know if it's an exclusive, but it might be. I've not really seen it on anything else. But it seems like it plays pretty well for what it is, and it's just one of those games, if you love FPS and you love the PS1, then this is going to be in there somewhere. So now this third one, this was a game that a fellow YouTuber brought to my attention. The YouTuber in question is Bahaha. So basically, I did a video about a PS1 game I picked up, which was Road Rash, and I kind of just explained that the PS1 art style, that kind of like half 2D, half 3D, I really love that style because it's like, it looks a bit shit, but I love it because it's obviously nostalgic and it just looks odd to me, but that's why I love it. And he kind of said, oh, you should check this game out, because art style wise, that's similar, 2D sprites, 3D kind of world and stuff. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, I never heard of it, but I was like, I've got to get that. I was like, that just looks really, I mean, the cover and stuff is just cool. But I just had a little thrash on it, it plays okay. It's similar to Loaded, I would say, but the perspective is lower, which probably doesn't work as well in my opinion, because you can't really see as well. You can't really see what's around you as well. You can see what's at the back, but you can't see what's in front of you. And it's also got some like really funny video cutscenes in this as well. But I did alright on this. I think I got it on eBay for like 30 quid or something, which isn't bad, because you can pay quite a bit for this game. And my copy's in good nick too, so that's good. The second one, this is just like a weird game. Agent Armstrong. I always remember this being on a demo. I'm sure plenty of other people remember it too on the on the PlayStation 1 magazine demo. I remember this being on the front, and it's such an unusual art style. Like, I just played it. Gameplay-wise, it's really unusual, I'd say. I don't think I've ever played a game like it before. It's like a side-scrolling shooter, but you can also like run towards the screen or away, and it's just really odd. Like, it's kind of fun. It would take some getting used to, and I've heard this game's hard as well. But the thing that really sticks out with this game for me is the art style. Really unusual. I feel like the characters, they almost look like puppets. They're like pantomime puppets, you know. Like, their features are just like really exaggerated, and it just looks unusual. But that was always what I loved about this game, is it's just like, why? How this game got made, I have no idea. It's just a really random game in my opinion, and it looks random as well. But it's a funny little PS1 gem, so yeah, it's a nice one to have. So I paid $12.99 for this, which seems very cheap. It's definitely worth more than that. It's worth $30, $40 probably. But yeah, I obviously managed to snag this for a bargain, which is nice. And yeah, it's in good nick. To be honest, it is in good nick. I think it's one of those where, and a couple of these games are like that. I've kind of had a couple of copies of it, and I've managed to kind of bundle bits together to make a really nice, you know, condition copy of it. And the last game was always going to be the number one for me, which is Pod. Always been a game that I thought was just really sort of unusual. Like, so the story with this one, I guess, is I picked this up at the car boot, like not this copy, but I picked this game up at the car boot years ago, right? And as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's a weird game. Like, I've never heard of that game, but it looks really kind of cool. But like, I picked it up and I sold it. I didn't even really think about it. It wasn't in very good condition, so I was kind of like, I'm gonna sell that. Afterwards, I kind of regretted it, because I was like, why did I sell that game? I was like, it's just such a random game. I hunted down a copy, basically. I think I got this game actually in a bundle. So I was lucky. I mean, it's not a cheap game. You're going to be paying $40, maybe a bit more. They're all a little bit like, all these oddities are like that. They, you know, you're looking at $40 on average, I would probably say. For most of them, you know, CT Special Forces probably not. But this is a first-person shooter, very much in the style of, you know, all the others around that time. You know, it's kind of 2D sprites in a 3D land, you know, world, and it's a very odd game. Like, your weapon is, when you start, is like a frying pan, and like the enemies are like, I don't know, like an ass on legs or something, and like a pair of lips. It's just proper weird. It doesn't play that well, to be honest. It's feels a bit slow. Like, when you want to turn the character around, it feels slow. Because obviously I played these side by side, and I did think Disruptor played better. The movement was better. I'd say the cover on this one slaps like hard, but the game isn't great, you know. But it's a PS1 oddity. It's not going to be brilliant, is it? But it's a must for the collection, just because of that artwork and just because it's such an odd game. But that was all I've got. Yeah, if anyone's got any others that they think belong in this list, I'd love to hear. Because like I said with Steel Harbinger, I was kind of told about that game and added it to the list. So maybe I'll do the same again. You know, I do like a sort of a bit of an oddity. I think we all do, don't we? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and much love.